Sorry. Go for it.
Oh, spawning in the lower left corner of the map. It's not me. Oh, it's AiReal. That's the orange Protoss.
What's up, Doc? In the upper right-hand corner. Ah, I lost it. It is. It is our blue Terran. It is Vegabunny.
Alright, so a little bit of explanation for these ridiculous intros, guys. For anyone tuning into this VOD, Vegabunny, very mannered, very cool guy. He was waiting for Real to actually finish up another tournament that he was in between games. So we had the semifinals happen, and then in real life time, there was a 2-hour gap, and Bunny opted to sit through it. He really wanted to play Real. He wanted to put on a good show for everybody. And, ooh, 12 gas. We'll talk about that in a moment. But good guy Bunny playing it through. So we're going to have Terran versus Protoss for the finals. This is, again, best of 5.
To further emphasize that, Bunny was offered the default win an hour and 45 minutes ago. Here we are in game 1 of the finals.
All right, now, Bunny going for that earlier gas. This can lead to a lot of different things. I would, again, it's a little too early to be a proper 1-1-1, but we saw Bunny do variations where he went with Banshees versus Protoss last time, and that worked. I don't know why it did, but that worked. And Bunny putting his barracks down a little closer to base. I'm curious about this, because typically you'll see the Terran put the bunker here on the 14th SCV, even cut an SCV just to keep your Protoss out of the base, but maybe the wait time, the deliriousness is setting in, because the probe will get into the base and it will scout what's going on. Meanwhile, Real has not taken any gas yet. It looks like he's going to expand early. And I mean, as Terran, if you're going to do something like Marines, Hellions, anything early, 2 racks even, an early extract, or sorry, Nexus is exactly what you want. But yeah, so Factory come down as a follow-up. If we have Marines pushing, we have Hellions cooking, then we're going to see a medevac or rocking. But this probe is just kind of meandering around a bit. You got all the information you wanted. It's, with no wall, if you can even come back in, see whether a second gas gets taken. It won't, by the way. It's a little secret between us. But yeah, actually, with the reactor, will we see reactor Hellions is my question, because you can elevator 4 Hellions over to your opponent's base and kill so many probes so easily. As to quote my friend Baldy here, go all roasty McToasty on that Protoss. You'll have to watch a Baldy cast to truly understand that.
Yes, that's true.
Or we're gonna have a proxy Stargate. Oh, Bunny, I love you, but unfortunately it's gonna get scouted. No, maybe not. Real's gonna go all the way around, trying to put his own proxies and things down. Will he see the starport? Because it
doesn't look like he's going to.
I've got the vision.
Depends on how far to the left he goes.
It's hugging the ramp. He's not gonna see it. Now, of course, this saves a little bit of time. It gets the Hellions out faster, and you can elevator up to your opponent's base quicker. And Real's just gonna be patrolling around right now. He's gonna want to block that expansion, or at least put some harass up. But here's the great thing about this: 4 Hellions, you can do so much damage to the mineral line so quickly, and a bunker going down immediately as a follow-up without the expansion, because quite frankly, if you do this, you're susceptible to counterattacks, and you're susceptible to it hard. Oop, hiccup, pardon me. Now, AiReaL, I think, maybe has forgotten that his opponent is Terran, as we see this wall off at the front, or maybe he's just suspecting Hellions to come through.
What is happening? We have the Stargate going down for Real. Is he gonna build a Phoenix and just snipe the dropship on the way in? Is that what's going to happen?
No, the Phoenix does not have the DPS to do this. Medevac is not light. It is armored, and the Hellions are down here. He's going to float the starport home. It'll take a little while, but who cares? Because the damage is going to get done.
Nice. Oh, the dropship did have to stop for just a moment, but it's so close.
One Stalker cannot clean up Hellions, though. Light armor does not take a lot of damage. These probes are going to run. They're going to try and run away to the safety of the cannon at the natural, but not before losing so many of them.
Already now 9. These Hellions are so paying for themselves already because the workers aren't mining during this whole time.
Oh my god, look how far they are running out of the base. Actually, that pylon block will save the workers, weirdly enough.
Solid.
I've never seen workers pulled away from Hellions that way, but you know what? That was effective, and he's going to lose the medevac too. You need to keep that medevac alive for later harass.
I don't know. So because all that stuff ended up dying in the end, maybe it wasn't quite as worth it as it seemed, but those workers were pulled off the line for a significant amount of time. 13 workers were killed, while
and Bunny saw the Stargate.
only lost the 4 Hellions and the dropship, 5 units total.
Yeah, most importantly, Bunny saw the Stargate, and what that tells you immediately is that there will be no immediate follow counterattack. There's no Stalkers, there's no 4-gate. I mean, all that money, the gas was invested elsewhere. And Phoenix coming across the map, there's a lot of Marines, though, and I don't entirely understand the choice of this, because he can't even lift up. Sure, he could try and poke at a medevac if it existed, but if it did, the Marines would be there to accompany it.
Well, I think it's because he got scouted, so he decided, you know, I'm going to use it for what I can, because he's not building anymore.
True enough,
So
true
it looks
enough.
like
And
he
we do
may have planned to do like a 5 Phoenix opening or something like that, but because it got scouted, no, oh no, he's making a 3rd one, so I don't know.
Well, Stalkers are kind of patrolling around, and again, this kind of feels like a anti-Zerg strategy, but if anyone's going to make it work, it's going to be real. Now, the problem is the tanks in siege mode can be lifted off. A lot of people don't know that. It's a little irritating, but, I mean, Marine DPS is high enough. They're really effective against air, and Phoenixes, while fast, they're not very strong.
True enough.
Oh, and 3 CCs, 3 orbitals for Bunny. He's going to catch up. No, sorry, he's going to take the lead here in a moment. I mean, right now, just barely matching his opponent in workers. But, you know, 3 mules, 3 command centers, not going to be a problem. And the one thing I'm a little worried about for Bunny is he's playing this incredibly cautious. I think he's really expecting a counterattack. But with all the Phoenixes on the field...
Phoenixes come in, but the Marines are able to push them away. They don't lift up anything just yet. All they're doing is getting more scouting information. Ooh, almost loses 1, but does manage to pull away. Pretty good control out of AiReaL, but again, the Phoenixes, like Riff was saying, completely useless thus far.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, too. Like, AiReAL, one scan of the base would tell him, oh, there's nothing. I could push out right now with a couple tanks and Marines and take this game home, siege mode or not. But, yeah, both these players, I mean, Marine Tank, it's not as effective against Protons as it is Zerg, but it's still a very malleable build, and it's very nice to use. Missile turret
Phoenixes finally lift something and get a kill.
But it was a mule, so, I mean, yeah, it's okay, cool.
Well, I mean, they got the mule that was about a half-life, so it's 120 minerals for free, essentially. So
I would
that.
prefer to lose a mule than an SCV any day of the week, though, because it's the time. Mules, whatever, energy, no big deal. But that's unimportant, as we do have a bio follow-up to this. We have a few tanks on the field, but we're not going to see any more, it looks like. And, again, Bunny is just turtling up, man, playing true to the Terran spirit.
Yeah, AiReAL is laying down a forward pylon-ish at the bottom right of the map.
Well,
there.
he does have a lot more gateways coming in. 5 gateways, Psystorm. Killing the critter a little vicious here from AiReAL.
What? Terrible.
But yeah, the fun thing to note here for Bunny is because he's trying to play defensive, this is why this orbital is sitting in base. He's just gonna... Okay, now he's gonna try and take a 3rd, but for a long time, it's just kind of drone up. Because if you don't... Well, or sorry, not drone up, SCV up. Because if you don't, I mean, you're just kind of wasting time. Now these Phoenixes...
Actually, thus far, the Phoenix has not been able to see that the command center is moving.
And AiReAL is moving out to take his own 3rd. But again, Bunny, I feel, is really far ahead. But the longer he waits, I mean, Templar are building energy. Tech is being researched. Chrono Boost is on AiReAL's side. And Bunny kind of just... I don't think he realizes how great of a job his Hellions did earlier, because he hasn't taken advantage of that.
He is moving out now, though, and the Phoenixes do spot some Stalkers get pulled. There's about a 20 supply lead for Bunny at this moment. No, he's just going to hang out still. I completely agree with you, Riff. If he understood just how much of a hindrance those Hellions were, I feel like he would have moved forward and at least done another drop or something.
Well, AiReAL does have some Zealots preemptively warped in here to the south. He is ready to fight. These storms are going to be so harmful. I mean, I don't believe... No, these Marines do not have Combat Shield. It's still researching. And Storm, I think, is, what is that, 70 damage, 80 damage? It is 80 damage. So, I mean, Marines are going to crumble rather quickly. Now,
more
southern...
warpins again.
Oh,
Looks
no.
like AiReAL is planning to deny this 3rd base.
Yeah, Bunny's going to lose a lot of workers, not to mention all the time he spent establishing everything up. Now, will Bunny push up? Will he fall back? Is going to be the question.
No. It's going to turn into a base trade, quite possibly. The armies could not be more opposite on the map at this moment as AiReAL approaches the 3rd base of Bunny. The same time, Bunny approaches the third base of Real and scans ahead, realizes there's no probes there. Meanwhile, there's no defense at all on Vegabunny's.
Oh, but look at this. He's going to catch the transfer of probes. So both players are going to lose an insurmountable amount of workers in this trade, but Bunny actually losing a little bit more. However, all that tech is up for the grabs. There are Phoenixes, so I mean, our Terran player can't even really lift up and run away. He's forced to fight at home. Look at all these bunkers going down in the main. And Real is losing his base so much faster.
He's got to raise the supply depots sooner. Vegabunny allowing the entire army of Real up there before the bunkers can complete. There's no reinforcements. This guy is looking really rough right now.
He does have his
Normally,
command center out, though.
Fantastic at base trades.
Well, the Terran, Vegabunny does have his command center in the lower portion of the map. I don't believe Real knows this. And Bunny, I mean, even if his army, like, if it comes down to army versus army, I think he can take on what Real has. All the probes. Oh no, a couple of probes do escape, so he can try and rebuild. I'd love to see Bunny try and land this command center, as he is losing his buildings fairly quickly back at home. Focus that Nexus.
A lot of units are being left at random locations on the map by both of these players. Finally, Real finding his probes and his High Templar. Tanks for Vegabunny still chilling out, relaxing. And there's some probes in the northern section.
3 Templars at nearly full energy. I don't think Vega's going to win this game.
Oh, the Phoenixes have found the moving orbital, though, but there are still the refineries at the third base location. If it comes down to merely killing buildings, there's just so much bio here. If Vegabunny would just
But the problem is,
engage.
Bunny has to circumnavigate the entire army to pick off these proxy pylons. Not to mention, a probe did escape. Where is that probe? It is in the middle of the map, along with its 4 brethren.
There's a probe in the main of Vegabunny as well.
Real lost his High Templar. Real lost his High Templar, so suddenly Bunny is back in the game. Energy from the Medivacs is going to be superior to the damage of the Archons. 3 tanks as well can siege mode. I mean, all Bunny has to do is secure command center. If he re-turtles up, he's going to win this game.
There's another orbital flying around. There's a third orbital of the very northern part of the map already starting to make SCVs. There's racks flying across the middle of the map. Looks like he's going to try and establish them on the upper left-hand corner. There literally is nothing besides the proxy pylons on the right side of the map and the Nexus in the upper rightmost corner. In essence, these players have switched sides of the map.
But the difference is Bunny has a significant upper hand. He's got the army, he's got siege tanks. If he didn't have these tanks, those Archons would be, that single Archon would be a problem. But more importantly, those Zealots are not so good when getting shelled at from far, far away.
It's very true.
And immediately
these Phoenix are pursuing one of the racks, but they have completely neglected the other ones. Some probes
here's the thing.
Out the refineries.
Or I believe, let me check the vision here. Yes, the pylons were revealed because it took so long to get that Nexus up. So, I mean, Bunny's just going to push out, and Real won't even be able to build probes. He's going to be supply blocked because of his army. This is actually a really frustrating base trade situation to be in. Right now, Bunny is building supply depots like a madman. Needs to get on supply blocks so he can do anything. Phoenixes are going to go down if not careful.
Oh, God, just one stim, and they would have all died. But Vegabunny just a moment too slow. A lot of things happening all over the map at this point in time. Base trades are very, very taxing.
Look at this, one Marine. I like this choice. One Marine is going out to scout on his own. The last thing you want to do is have your army accidentally run into several Templar Archons. I mean, Bunny doesn't know what the composition of Real is, and vice versa.
Bunny was trying so hard to build supply depots, but these Phoenix find those SCVs and lift the majority of them. So he's gonna stay. Yep, there he goes. Stays supply blocks because he cannot build.
He can call down supplies soon. Not yet though. But this one probe at the old main of Real trying to put down some pylons.
It's actually a really good call, but I don't think he's thought of that calling down supply. No, it looks like he did not use it for a scan.
Well, the scan was a nice little confirmation that there's nothing here. I mean, the last thing, what if there's one Dark Templar and you had no scan? It would be GG.
That would be pretty terrible.
But I mean, oh no!
As this is happening, the army is moving up towards the northern left.
There are only 3 pylons on the map, but they're so far away. Bunny is going to be hard-pressed. This is truly a race against time at this point.
Does he not have any SCVs anywhere else? It's literally just going to be this one command center and maybe 1 or 2 of the barracks that do not light on fire. The Phoenixes, though, just stim!
He's trying to take out the medevacs actually, which is really intelligent because those medevacs are going to be hell to deal with. And this one lone probe is running around. This single probe is the last probe of AiReaL. If Bunny can kill the probe, there'll be no more buildings, no more shenanigans.
There's one more pylon actually back in the main.
Oh no, or
started out.
Bunny might lose this game to the Phoenixes. As weird as that is to say.
That is weird.
He's got to get over there. The probe, he's got the
There's still the command center in the far upper left-hand corner. Looking at Vegabunny's vision, though, he can see where that last pylon is. So he's just, if he loads up in the medevacs and just goes into the main, that's all he's got to do is kill that
no, the
one
Phoenix
pylon.
is looking for the command center that just moved out of position.
And this Rax is about to burn down 30 supply.
This command center
right now.
This is a race against time. AiReaL has to get there. If AiReaL kills this command center, Bunny is out. I think he realizes he'll take less damage for the Phoenixes than
there
he will.
There he goes. Finally, the command center is
oh,
moving
but
away,
force field's going down, blocking
no!
Bunny. This is going to be it. AiReaL is somehow going to win game one.
He's loading up. He's got half a chance here. He's just got to kill.
No, he's going to lose the command center. It will burn. GG. What the?
His supply was doubled. AiReaL had 21 supply to the 42 supply of Vegabunny at the very game there.